I used to really struggle with comparison. I remember 5-6 years ago when I was back in school, year 7, year 8, year 9. I was a lot smaller than the average kids in our year, and I remember being picked on and being made fun of because I was a little bit smaller. Maybe it was banter, maybe it wasn't, but I internalized this, right? And it got me sad and it made me depressed a lot of the time. And I remember only if I was taller, all my life struggles, all my life problems, every single worry I have in my life, if I become taller, would instantly go away. And looking back now, I know how stupid this sounds, but in the moment, it felt real. Hi people, I hope you are well and ready to become 1% better than yesterday. So if you're someone who has struggled with comparison, maybe struggled with comparing yourself to something else online in real life, whatever it is, I highly recommend you stay throughout this video because I am someone who has struggled with comparison and who has overcome it, and I really hope with my experience and with my wisdom I can provide you with some wisdom to help you get through your situations in life as well. I've done lots of research and I realised that there are loads of businesses that make millions through the use of comparison. So I'm going to talk about how these businesses make millions with the use of comparison, take advantage of our human instinct and how we can use it in a negative way, but also as a positive way, in a way that can make us empowered and powerful and focus on what we want to achieve. And then also at the end of the video, there'll be a challenge I will set for you to help you stop this idea of negatively comparing yourself to other things in your life. So let's get right into the video. Also, remember to like and comment because it really helps my YouTube algorithm a lot. So let's get right into it. So why is this? Why can we go on YouTube, on TikTok, on social media? And we can learn that if we delete TikTok or if we delete any sort of social media, the comparison will just go away. Because for me, it didn't. And the best example I can give to you is like eating and drinking. Comparison is a human instinct, and comparison is something that we all do, not because of the society we live in today, but because it is human instinct. It is normal for us to compare one thing to another. To give you an example, I can look at my two hands right now and I can compare my left hand with my right hand and understand I can't write with my left hand, therefore I must be able to write with my right hand. We use comparison to eliminate certain factors in our life, to use it to make the correct choice. Another example is in real estate. A real estate agent will take a couple or a person to an ugly house, a house which doesn't look very nice but is quite high in cost, and then take him to a nice looking house in relatively similar to the other price, which will make the second house stand out more because you're subconsciously comparing the first ugly house, which is overpriced, so the second house, which is reasonably priced compared to the first house, but also much nicer looking. Another idea and a simple example is going into a store. You go into a store and you see a piece of clothing is half price. You see some food half price. We are comparing the original price to the half price, which is allowing us to see the new price as, well, a lot better than it was before because it's half the price. So businesses take advantage of the use of comparison to really improve their businesses. And we also can take the use of comparison to really improve our lives as well. I'm going to be talking about how we can take action to stop viewing comparison in a negative way. Remember to like and comment because it really helps my channel a lot. So we need to understand there's 3 types of comparison in our lives, and they are all related to the mindset. So the first one is having a negative comparison. We go on an application, we go to the gym in real life, we compare ourselves to that other person in a negative way. They're better than us, they're richer than us, they've done more in their lives than us at the same age. Whatever it is, we compare ourselves to someone in a negative way, and we can both agree that having this mindset is just going to put a ceiling on our potential. It's going to make us feel rubbish, it's going to make us feel sad, and it's not going to help us get anywhere. The second way of comparison is neutral. You compare yourself to someone online once again, and there is no negative feelings, but there is also no positive feelings. And so this is a lot better than the negative mindset, but really we're not taking advantage of the comparison. And now thirdly is the one we all want to be. The first way of comparison is to see what other people have achieved, and you compare yourself to what other people have achieved, and you get excited and inspired through what they have achieved. And so you can get excited and inspired and motivated to go on your own journey, on your own path to achieve your own goals. So it's obvious that we want the idea of a positive mindset when comparison, but how can we have this mindset throughout life? This is where I challenge you to become 1% better than yesterday and to join me on this idea of changing our thought patterns throughout our life. The first thing I suggest is when you go on Instagram or when you compare yourself negatively towards something, write it down on a piece of paper and be honest with yourself. Write it down. Don't be embarrassed, because it is human nature. We all do it. If you go on Instagram and you feel bad because you see someone living your dream on Instagram, write it down. And hopefully through this process, you'll find patterns of what is making you feel sad when you compare yourself, and therefore you can take action towards preventing or reducing the amount of times you're able to compare yourself to that thing. The other thing that helps me is understanding if it is really worth the comparison. You know, we compare ourselves to someone just because they're human. It's like comparing water to Coke just because they're drinks. It just doesn't make sense. We all have different lives. We all have different scenarios we've been in. We all have different experiences. And so comparing yourself to anyone else in the world other than yourself just doesn't make sense, because we have all lived different lives. We've all been in different situations, and nobody knows yourself more than you. So you cannot compare yourself to someone across the world or even your neighbor, because you don't know them as much as you know you. The positive idea of comparison is something that can really push us onto a next level, which can accelerate our growth in life and can make us become so much better than who we are today. So I challenge you to look at someone and understand that they have achieved something better than you have, but also that actually means there is an opportunity for you to achieve the exact same thing or even better for the future. You see someone great, you ask yourself, can you achieve that? Of course you can. And we need to have this mindset of, you have achieved greatness, well done to you, you have inspired me to get to your level as well. And lastly, as a bonus tip, I want to share to you something that comparison has made me feel a bit special, a bit more happy and positive about my life. We can also understand that the positions we are in right now, we should be really grateful and thankful for the opportunities we have in our life, because we can compare ourselves to a family in Ukraine. We can compare ourselves to people in Africa, to people who aren't in as good a position that I am in, and maybe you are in, and maybe someone else is in. And if we can do this, and we can have this sense of gratitude and this sense of fulfillment, and even comparing yourself to the position you were 10 months ago. You were fat, you were overweight, now you're skinny, now you're fit, now you're healthy, and just doing this simple comparison in a way that makes you feel more positive and that makes you feel more gratitude. Not talking down onto somebody else, but to just take a moment to appreciate the positions that you are in. And I think that is really important in this day and age, to take a step back, because life is so stressful, life is so worrying. We take a step back and we understand that life, in the position we are in right now, we are so fortunate to be in the position we are in compared to what other people are in. We can start finding gratitude that way. So with that said, I hope you have found some knowledge, some wisdom, some understanding in this video about comparison and how we can use it to our advantage to not only improve our growth, but to accelerate our improvement in life. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Peace!